Hey everybody. So for a few reasons I just decided to throw this hull together here. It's definitely a big one. It doesn't fit on the bench whatsoever, as you can see. It's even taller than the bench is high, so it's really difficult to deal with. There's really difficult seams to work with on this, and overall it's just a really difficult kit, even though all I'm doing is putting 12 pieces together. Make that 18 of them. 6 pies for the bottom, 6 for the top, and then 6 landing gears, plus it has the top and bottom domes, which I haven't pulled out yet. So I've been watching the movie over the last couple days just to have a look at it. I'm not going to build the interior whatsoever. This is just the hull. My local hobby shop has had 3 of these sitting on their shelves since it came out, however many months ago now. So I wanted to help them out by displaying this at their shop, and maybe that would generate some interest. It's a little too expensive to be sitting around. One of the things I want to note real quick here is that there's one piece of the model, or one piece of the ship, that does not come in the model kit. And you can see it just underneath here. You got that red glow of the engines. There's actually a spinning fan under there, fan blades. Maybe we got another shot coming up here. Now I won't be able to see the bottom anymore, I don't think. But for the paint job on the outer disc here, there is a rim of color going on, so I'm going to have to deal with that. The interior of the kit is just too complicated to deal with, so I'm not even going to worry about that now. I'm going to build that as its own kit eventually. But I at least wanted to cover putting these few parts together, because they are a definite pain in the ass. So 4 out of the 6 sections here are together. This top 2 are not. Then of course 4 of the top pieces are together, and the top 2 I left in their individual pie pieces so I can record that assembly. And then over on the bottom here I left out one of the landing gear pads to record that process independently. Let me see if I can actually get this on the top of the bench here in some good light without it falling down and crashing and destroying everything, maybe. Alright. So in trying to glue all these pieces together, I got a lot of glue smears all over the place, like that one there. That one was pretty bad. Left some skin behind, like up there. I think that was off my thumb or my forefinger, I forget which. There's another one right there. And in trying to fill all these really tough seams here, I got a lot of just a lot of stuff going on. Basically all the parts don't quite line up level, such as this shadow line there. The left piece is higher than the lower piece, but a lot of them went together fairly well, even though I did some sanding on that seam there. This is where I've done most of the sanding to try and get that level, and rather than actually using a block sander, I've been using my old orbital sander. So that's a fairly tough piece of sandpaper down there. I think it's 60 grit, and I've just been going to town trying to get these seams smoothed down, initially flush, and then I'm going to pull out the Avas, start filling them up, and then do some more delicate sanding to get everything a little bit better. And putting all these pieces together, I probably should have put each of the landing bays into the hull before I assembled any 2 pie pieces. However, you gotta do the seams in between the pie pieces anyway, so it's just, you really gotta work with the entire huge disc here. And now that it is sitting on the bench, there's how big it is, relatively speaking. The thing is just a monster to deal with. Another thing about the seams is the top and the bottom pie pieces are offset from each other, so that helps out with stability overall. And holding those 2 pie pieces together, there's these 2 little indentations there, followed alternately by 2 little protrusions. And in a few places, like right here, they just don't want to go together. There's a lot of wobble in the discs overall when they aren't together, But when they are and everything's sealed up, like that wobble right there just keeps breaking the tape loose. But once that's glued in, I'm pretty sure it will be pretty well. I may have to cut those two little protrusions off so they aren't conflicting with each other, because they really don't want to fit at all. So the top of the seams definitely went together a lot better than the bottom ones. So I was happy about that. But I guess that's pretty much it. What I'm going to cover right now is putting these two pie pieces together and putting that landing gear well in. And then what video comes after that, I don't know. This outer hull is not going to be lit at all. For the lower engines there with the fan blade, basically I'm just going to paint that maybe a really bright red or something. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet. But the whole goal here is just to have this hanging in my local shop to help them out. I don't know if I'll magnetize the rim at all, so I can pull it apart later and put the inside in. Since I'm doing this in flight configuration, there's no point in doing the interior and sticking it in there. So I would like to do a landing configuration. But the thing is just so monstrously huge. Here's the, well, let me put this, where can I put this? Hold on a second. So for some size reference here, this is the base that I was putting the Jupiter 2 on. It's a 2 foot across pine board. Let me pull the Jupiter 2 off of there. And we'll put this guy on. Kind of disappeared, didn't it? This is 28 inches compared to 24. And compared to the 18 inches for the Jupiter 2, it's just monstrously huge. So there's really not too many other ways you can do this than to display it in flight. But as I mentioned, I would like to get a second one so I can do it in the landing situation. Where I'm going to display that, I have no idea. I mean, that thing's as big as my couch seat right there, if not slightly bigger. So that's it for this one. Look for the pie wedges going together next, and then the landing gear going in, and I'll cover more stuff from there. Thanks for watching. See ya.